Yes. Now, The Rhythm and Flow of Prayer was never a book that I personally thought of on my own. This book was placed in my spirit one evening while praying. Afterwards, I was journaling about what was placed in my spirit concerning prayer and knew that I would be writing about something soon. God has a way of prompting our spirit, but we must learn how to be obedient. This was during the time when I was studying a lot about obedience throughout the Bible. God was letting me know that it was time to write another book. This book would help others as well as myself understand what prayer was all about. At first, I didn't know how it was going to flow, but then the Lord started pouring into me, so I began to write. I prayed and allowed the Lord to use me, allowed Him to pour into me, and the rest was precious words spoken to me while I was writing this book. This was not an overnight task at hand, and it took time, but learning patience is key also. My mind went back to the time when I first asked God to give me a praying spirit because all I knew to say were the words of Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That entire passage was the only scripture I knew when I made the choice to turn my life back over to God. It is what I recited whenever I wanted to pray, but I wanted more. I wanted to say more to God. I had heard so much throughout the Bible about prayer, stories about many people praying to God and how prayers were answered and how requests were made known. I wanted a praying spirit. God began to bless me and started showing me that He was giving me a praying spirit. I would wake up at night and pray about a lot of things. I would pray for my husband, my children, my house, my car, my job, and anything else that God would place on my mind. I'd ask for a praying spirit, and I truly wanted a good relationship with God. I learned that prayer was my way of communicating with God, so I needed to know how to pray. As I grew in life and situations happened, I also saw that my level of prayer grew because I started out in a comfort zone. I can appreciate the other levels of prayer. In the rhythm and flow of prayer, we will explore what prayer is all about, how to pray, how to come out of your comfort zone, and how to grow from your current level to a deeper commitment of effectual prayer. Many different levels of prayer exist. Also, in the rhythm and flow of prayer, we will see how having a true relationship with God will allow you to line up in a dedicated and powerful way. With all that, you will know how to trust, believe, and have faith in God.